Hey guys, this is radio host Lady P and Cousin Howard. See, he ain't even paying me no mind. This is the new relationship show where we talk about relationship issues. Hey, we already passed that part where you say your name. You just missed your cue, so it's too late to come back now. Cousin Howard got his new computer. You see, he trying to be all fancy. You see his background look like he at the beach. He don't want to be regular like the rest of us. He just, But I'm just.
How you know I'm not at the beach?
Because it's a background because your glasses are fading in and out, and half of your head is fading in and out. I'm just saying. But we are here. This is the new relationship show where we talk about relationship issues from a male and female standpoint. One of the highlights of the show is the Battle of the Sexes. So we've got Nan representing Team Pink. Hey, Nan. We've got Ben representing Team Blue. Hey, Ben. And we are here. This matchup today is going to determine the winner of the month of October. You know, the men were complaining last week because they done lost twice, and feeling, having a pity party. They ain't even want to do a show today. Could you imagine? I'm just saying. So we decided, out of the kindness of our
hearts, we was actually to keep the month.
We decided to let tonight be the determining factor for the month of October so that they would feel like they could go ahead and try to play the game. I'm just saying. So, with that being said, we want to get into the Battle of the Sexes. So, are y'all ready?
Born ready. Go with it.
Oh, y'all just talk so much junk. I'm just saying, Jesus the offense. I'm just saying, but we are happy to be here. We are ready to go. So, I think we should let the boys go first.
Well, we always go first.
That's because you always lose. You want us?
Go. We always go first.
But it's because you always lose. I'm just saying. I mean, I didn't mean to say it like that. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings or anything. But I'm just saying. That's what usually happens. I'm just saying, but if you feel like you don't think you're up for it, we can go first. It ain't no thing but a chicken wing. So let me confer with my team, and we'll let you know, because technically we can choose since we have won the other two shows. So, man, do you?
I see there's a lot of talk.
I'm sorry. What you say? I didn't hear you, baby. That's what?
There's a lot of talk. Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's go first.
Okay, so Nan says she ain't scared of y'all and all the junk y'all talking, and even if Cousin Howard got a background with blue skies to represent Team Pink, she ain't scared. We ain't scared. So, with that being said, Cousin, could you come with your first question for Team Pink, please? Watch, he can't read. Don't say you can't see. Because you got on your glasses, you got your laptop, so come on now.
Okay. Name the Old West gunslinger who was shot in the back while straightening a crooked picture on a wall. You heard the question?
Yes.
Okay, your answers are A, Jesse James, B, Billy the Kid, or C, Wild Bill Hickok.
Would you like your 10 seconds?
You want your 10 seconds.
Okay, repeat the question. Oh, wait, the answers were Billy the Kid, Jesse James, and who?
And Wild Bill Hickok.
Which they refer to him as Wild Bill. So, yes.
The question is, name the Old West gunslinger who was shot in the back while straightening a crooked picture on a wall?
And her options are
Okay.
You want to hear the answers again?
just tell her
Yes,
the
go ahead.
options, please, cousin Jesus.
A. Jesse James. B. Billy the Kid. Or C. Wild Bill Hickok. Would you like your 10 seconds?
Give me my 10 seconds, please.
10, 9, 8,
Let me see your
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And your answer?
Your answer is?
All right. Definitely one. No, I know one is not. So I would like to use a lifeline.
Okay. So the answer is Jesse James. That's
Okay.
the answer. So that's our first correct
Yay!
for Team Pink.
You know you don't have no more life.
She know how the game work. You ain't got to explain that to her. We already know you only got
Just
one
saying,
lifeline.
just
Jesus.
saying.
You should tell her that
See,
before
we should
she
get a
uses it.
lifeline and a 50-50.
What's the
And a what?
50-50?
Okay, that's all.
What's the 50-50?
Huh? Between two people.
Oh, like take out the wrong answer, then give her. Okay, got you. Come on, cousin.
Okay, let's go.
What towering American sports legend in his film debut
His what?
squared off against Bruce Lee in Game of Death? You want me to repeat the question?
Yes.
What towering American sports legend in his film debut squared off against Bruce Lee in
In
Game
his
of Death?
film debut?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just pronounced it funny. That's why I was like film. I'm like, what is film?
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I had.
That's why I'm laughing. It's film, cousin. I'm just saying.
You say film, I say film.
But it's spelled F-I-L-M. It ain't spelled
That's what I
F-I-L-I-M.
pronounced. Anyway, you want your answers?
Yes, please.
A. Magic Johnson. B. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Or C. Michael Jordan.
How would you like
You
it?
said against Bruce Lee?
Yeah.
Would you like your 10 seconds?
Okay. Against Bruce Lee. I want to make sure I got the question. Against Bruce Lee.
Yes.
And give me the answers again.
A. Magic Johnson. B. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Or C. Michael Jordan.
C.
Come again?
C. Kareem.
Kareem. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
He's the
yay!
only one old enough to be with Bruce Lee.
Right, because Magic
Really?
Johnson was Magic Johnson or anything? Michael Jordan was
No.
in that sports jam, but yeah, Bruce Lee was.
Magic was in movies. Magic still making movies.
But
Yeah,
he's-
but
he's
Bruce
not with
Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee is dead, so it had to be somebody that was back in the day. That's a smart way to look at it.
Magic was back in the day.
Not to be in a film with Bruce Lee.
Yes, he was. He's old enough.
Was he in a film with Bruce Lee?
No.
So
but
why are
he
you
could
fighting
have.
her because she
Okay.
got the answer right? Jesus, cousin, come on now. Yeah, you
Magic
better
Johnson
laugh.
was never in a karate movie.
All right. Your last question.
Okay.
What does the T stands for in T. Kirk,
In what?
Captain of the Starship
Wait,
Enterprise?
time out. Read the question again.
What does the T stands for in James T. Kirk, Captain of the Starship Enterprise? You got the question?
Okay, the letter T. Okay.
Cousin, just-
Answers are A. Timothy. B. Tiberius.
Tiberius.
That's not how you say that.
It's pronounced Tiberius. ahead.
Tiberius. Or C. Tobias.
I'm have to give you questions with easy things to read, right? I'm just saying. But would you like your 10 seconds?
I don't care what you want to say.
Film. Film should be an easy word. Film. And you come with film. So I should
You
have
say
known you couldn't
potato,
say
I say
Tiberius.
potato.
Okay, so would you like
Okay, Captain James T. Kirk. You said names again. Do the T's again.
What does the T stands for in James T. Kirk, captain of the Starship Enterprise?
which we know is Star Wars, the movie or the series.
Star Trek.
Oh, is this? That's right. It isn't Star Wars. It is Star Trek. See, I got you all wrong and messed up. Thank God you ain't listening to me. Okay, cousin, give her options again, please, and thank you. If you can say the words, would you like me to do it?
A. Timothy, B. Tiberius, or C. Tobias?
Would you like your 10 seconds?
10 seconds, please.
Cousin, you
10, 9,
you make my day,
8,
Cousin Howard.
7, 6,
I was glad
5,
I was able.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And your answer?
Okay, the choices are Timothy, Tobias, and what was that?
Tiberius. Timothy,
Tiberius.
Tiberius, or Tobias. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Right.
I know.
Let's
I
go.
know.
I'm gonna say C.
Tobias?
Final answer?
Is that your final answer?
Tobias.
Okay. It actually was Tiberius, the name that Cousin Howard had such a hard problem with.
Because of the hard times.
Yeah, and you know, James T. Kirk was a player. I'm saying, like, worse than Jerome from the Himalayas, I'm just saying. So you knew Cousin Howard knew that one, James T. Kirk, and he couldn't even say Tiberius. I'm just saying. But that's 2 correct for Team Pink, which means Team Blue, if you get all 3 correct, then you're in the you know, you're on the board. So, you ready?
Come
Ben?
on, bro. Let's do this.
Okay. So your first question is this. In what state is the story and the movie The Help set in? Okay, you heard the question? Why are you looking like you typing stuff on the computer? Let me see your hand.
I'm trying to listen because I'm listening from the phone.
Okay, so in what state is the movie and story The Help set in? Okay? Your options are this. Was that my doorbell? Did y'all hear a doorbell?
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard
Nobody.
something.
I know these damn kids ain't outside ringing my doorbell, and I ain't got no Halloween stuff out. They be right out there. So,
Well, you should have cut off the light.
well, I have dusk to dawn, but I don't have no Halloween stuff up. People across the street got that stuff. They better go somewhere with that.
No.
I ain't got no
Tell
care.
Tell your kids to tell them leave you alone.
My kid's not home yet. Y'all hear that noise?
Just don't answer.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I think that's me. I did. How do I get rid of this?
Come on with
Yeah.
the
They all down the street. Ain't no damn Halloween, nothing here. Don't come ringing my doorbell. Okay, anyway, sorry. So, your options, Ben, are A, Alabama, B, Mississippi, C, South Carolina. And again, the question is, in what state is the story and movie The Help set? Would you like your 10 seconds?
No, I could answer that one. That one's B, Mississippi.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yay!
Hey, Naomi, that's correct. I think she knew we were still on the game, so she'll come back. Okay, so that was correct. Your second question is this, Ben. What company's independent consultants host home parties to sell its cooking accessories? You got the question? You want me to repeat it?
One more time.
I just really feel like you looking at stuff and trying to type it in, but okay.
Woman, just read the question.
I know, right?
What company's independent consultants host home parties to sell its cooking accessories? Okay.
Cooking accessories, okay.
Yes. A, Pampered Chef. B, Williams Sonoma. C, Tupperware. Would you like your 10 seconds?
Say that again.
The options?
The three?
Yes. A is Pampered Chef. B is Williams Sonoma. And C is Tupperware. You want your 10 seconds?
Okay, give my 10 seconds.
Let me see them hands. Do Lisa's song.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
But don't it look like
Three,
he's typing something in there? You
2,
see how you see his fingers
one.
right there in the front? I'm just saying. What's your answer, Ben?
The first one?
Pampered Chef?
Was that Pampered Chef? Yeah.
Is that your answer? Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yay!
Okay, that was also correct. Shut up, cousin. I just see you grinning like a Cheshire cat, laughing like a blasted hyena. The last question is this. What skincare brand is best known for its transparent amber bar of facial soap? Okay? And I know you're going to use a lifeline. I don't even know why I'm going to give you your options, but your options are this. A, Oil of Olay. Shut up, Cousin Howard. B, Neutrogena. C, Dove. Ooh, you make me sick.
Yes, I'm going to use my lifeline.
Really, cousin? But you know, that's why you choking. Because God don't like ugly.
He loves me.
Well, then nobody say you was ugly. I say how you acting.
The answer is B, Neutrogena.
Yay!
Okay, so what that means is that Team Blue has won tonight. Now, what we said was that if you won tonight, we would go into a tiebreaker to see who won the month because we didn't have 4 episodes. So it's going to be one question, and the person who answers it first is going to win the month for their team. So I need you guys to make sure you can hear me clearly and you're hearing what I'm saying, okay? And I believe we've asked this question before, so you just got to be ready to jump and give me the answer first. So, in the show Martin, everyone's familiar with the show Martin, what was the nickname that he called Pam? Really? Y'all don't know? Whoever get it first.
BDB.
Yes, it was.
Yay!
It was. Remember he called it BDB? Because of the stuff I got right now. But yes, BDB. So, fellas, I just really want to congratulate you for coming back. And actually, Ben, knowing those, you had seen The Help. You knew about, you read the book to know that it was Mississippi, yeah? And then Pampered Chef, because I was like, there used to be something else that they used to do that was like cookware before Pampered Chef, because my mom had a set, and I have like her pots, and I can't remember what it was called. But I don't
remember what it is.
But you know what I'm talking about. But I have her set of pots from back then that she had, you know. And actually, Friday was 20 years my mom's been gone. So it's those things are
20 years.
20 years, yeah. Because it was 2001, October 29th. And I said she had them for well before that, which means this cookware is, 25 or some years old, and it's still working well. I just can't remember. Hey, Naomi, I can't remember the
like
brand.
a real Texan now.
So anyway, great
Yeah,
job.
my wife had those.
Yeah, do you remember the
had those
name?
cookware.
Do you remember the name? Huh, Ben?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
No, it was the same name. It was the
no,
same
it
name.
wasn't. It wasn't called Pampered Chef.
No.
No, it wasn't. It was Naomi. We're talking about they used to sell cookware back in the day. It's not Pampered Chef because I've got a set of cookware from my mom, at least 25 years old, and I still use it. But I can't remember. And they were well known back then because everybody was having like the home parties for them, and you would get them. But I can't remember. But I know it's not Pampered Chef because Pampered Chef, that name is pretty new, unless they changed their name. But I can't remember what it was. I'll have to try to ask my sister, see if any of them remember. But well played, Ben, and well played, man. And we thank you both. We're super excited that we ended the month on a high note, Team Pink note, I'm just saying. But,
Okay.
And Naomi, I just want to say I like that hat.
Thank you. I just got in, and if I take it off, it's not going. What's under it's not going to look good if I take it off. I just got in, so got to take me like this.
Well, she said she loved the hat, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
All right. So, Nan and Ben, thank you so much. Y'all may want to listen in because we got a very interesting topic and letter. So, I tagged you on the live feed. So if y'all want to check it out, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for playing the game, and you did good. You came through like the clutch. I'm gonna tell Jamian how well you did, Ben. Like the clutch came through. He got all his stuff right, despite Cousin Howard. All right. See you guys.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So, cousin, you like fading in and out. I don't know what to say.
Right here.
Okay, well, what you need to do, because you have that background, you need to like keep your face in the camera because we can't see you with the background. I'm just saying.
Everybody wants to see me.
I know, and I don't know why everybody like Cousin Howard.
Damn,
Everybody
talk.
You went to a party, Jamie?
No, I had to do some auditions.
How'd you do? Did you find out yet? You got callbacks?
I just did them today.
How long does it take to find out? They don't tell you to say it sometimes? Well, sometimes I know people find out then that they want you to come
record them and send them in.
Oh, it's not where you go. Don't be looking at me like I'm supposed to know that and rolling it. I'm not an actress. I don't know. But, I think I could be good because actually, truth be told, when we start school earlier in Belize. So usually start at age 4. I was going to be 4 in December, so my mom was a teacher, so she pushed and got me started at 3. So when we came to the United States, I was 7, but I went into 4th grade because I had done 3 years already. So what that meant was that when I started 12th grade, I was 15, turned 16 halfway. I graduated at 16. So when it was time to go to school, I was trying to negotiate and get like a couple years off till I was 18. And, my mom knew I was a lazy lima bean, so that wasn't happening. So she said, well, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? And I said, I want to be an actress. And she said, wrong. We're not supporting a starving actress, so pick something else. So I was like, well, computers are okay. So she said, good, that's what you're going for. But I truly believe that I could have been like on one of the characters on Living Single. I could have been one of them on Living Single. I'm just saying, I could have been any one of them. But it never happened for me.
I cannot see you being, no ma'am.
You can't see me being an actress?
No. I can't see you being Maxine.
Oh, I didn't say Maxine. I said I could have been. Oh, you. Oh, well, what about Price Sinclair? Because she kind of silly, no.
And I can't see you being Sinclair.
Regine.
I could use you.
I can't.
No, none of them. Well, I feel like I could have been any one of them because I
I've
had
been the cousin that came in intermittently on the show. The cousin.
It wasn't no cousin that came in on the show. I was gonna be a regular.
Exactly.
They would have made a character for me. I'm just saying.
That's right. The cousin, some cousin that came in, you know. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I always felt like that was what, that's what I wanted to do, but it just didn't work out. So, I think now that you done said it, I'm going to make it my goal to. And actually, in school, I was in a couple plays, musicals. But anyway, I hope it goes well. I hope you hear back, Jamian. So we'll keep us posted on that. But let's get into our topic. Our topic today is this: is it better to marry or stay single in these modern times? We're gonna start with the most singlest person we got on the panel, cousin. Your thoughts?
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, you've been single the longest. I'm just saying, you said, 9 years? Ain't it?
Honestly, the way these kids are today, they just want to hook up, hit it and quit it. It's easier to stay single.
But you're not a kid, so I'm talking about for you, your thoughts. Not with the kids. But I'm just saying, just in 2021, how the dating scene is and all that, would you say?
People play too much games. I knew people play games, but I didn't realize there was this many games out there. Women come at you from all angles, and they like, I just need $50 for this, or I need $100 for that.
Let me buy $20 till next Friday.
What were you doing before you met me?
So they must think like you a sugar daddy. They come at you like that. I'm just asking.
I ain't no sugar nothing.
I know, but I'm saying that's the way they approach you.
The only women I allow in my pocket are my daughters.
And your granddaughter.
No other woman can get in my pocket.
And your granddaughter.
They're too young to get in there right now, but
please, they gonna be like, pop. You be like, okay, what you want? So those are the ones, right?
It's easier to stay single. It's easier to borrow, because when you borrow.
So we back on the booty call stuff. We weren't talking about that. We were talking about single or married, not booty call stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. Take your mind out the gutter now.
You the one said borrowed. I didn't say it.
Because
you did.
It's easier to stay single. When you stay single, all you do is borrow and eat, wipe your mouth. Eat, wipe your mouth. Keep it moving.
Well,
because women out there are into games, and they will bleed you dry.
But cousin, wait. When you're single, if you're dealing with someone else that's single, you're not borrowing. See, borrowing is something totally different.
But when you're single and you meet somebody that claim they're single, you don't even as much as get a hug, and they turn into an ambulance girl. Wah, 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 wah. I ain't with that. I ain't looking to give away nothing. I can't say what I got to give away on this show.
Thank you.
Because this is a PG-13 show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
But that's the only thing I got to give away. And if you don't want that, keep it moving. Bounce. See? Next.
Okay.
Okay. That's how I look at it. I've ran into just about every kind, color, creed, shape, class, everything. And they're all full of crap. See? Now maybe I'm bad lucky that I run into all the throwbacks. So maybe I need a different pool to start looking in. Or maybe I need a different city to go look in.
Oh, so you get ready to bounce?
You know, I mean, it's BS out there, man. Too much games.
Okay. As our resident person in a relationship, Jamie, and your thoughts?
This person in a relationship. What the hell?
Because remember when we had the show and I was like, okay, well, everyone on here is single. And he's like, no, I'm not single. I mean, he made a big thing. So I'm just saying. But Jamie, your thoughts on the top? Because technically you're still single. It's not,
No,
so.
he's not. He's in a relationship.
But you're single till you're married. I'm sorry, relationship or not. Really?
He's in a committed relationship.
But is that single or married? He's single, right?
That's a committed relationship.
So when you fill out your paperwork to start a job and they say single, married, what do you check? Single, right? No, but I'm. Jesus, J-Man, your thoughts on the topic?
I'm actually having fun with this debate y'all are having right now. This is kind of interesting to me. Maybe that's another topic on the show. Are you single until you're married? My thought, I don't think it's really changed, honestly. I think if you want to be single, you're going to find reasons to be single. If you want to be in a relationship, you'll find reasons to do that. I think it's like anything else. You're going to have people out there who playing games, who are sleeping around, who are trying to, not looking for anything serious. And then you're going to have people who are looking for something serious. The difference is you have to know what you want and be happy with that. Like, if you want to be in a relationship, then don't date guys who are obviously not interested in that. And yeah, you're going to find some that say one thing and do another, but you're going to find that anyway. Like, even back 20, 30 years, there were still players, even though the movies want to tell you everybody was married with 3.5 kids and the white picket fence. There was still men out there sleeping around. Sleeping around ain't new. It ain't nothing that just was invented in the 90s or something. Sleeping around been happening. Men out there dating multiple women been happening. It's not going to stop happening. All I'm saying is, for me, it's better for you to just be real with yourself about what you want, not what your friends tell you want, or what you... And the other thing is, don't judge your happiness by somebody else's relationship or lack thereof relationship. Because someone might be happy being single, that's what they want. And you're like, man, I wish I had it like such and such. And then you get it like that, and you're miserable. You're like, man, I wish I had somebody. Well, you had somebody, but you saw old buddy over there in the green pasture and was like, ooh, that looks so much greener over there. But it really wasn't. So you have to be real with yourself about what you want. What's going to make you happy. And then before all that, you need to be happy yourself before you go and jump into either being single or a relationship. So don't look for your relationship or your lack thereof to define your happiness, but at the same time, decide for yourself what it is that you want and go for that. That's what's going to be best for you. That's what's going to be best for everybody.
True. Naomi?
I kind of piggyback on the same thing that Damien said. I think it's preference. I can't say that it's better to do one or the other during these times. One of the things that was mentioned last week, I think he said something like the statistics were that 64% of the people who get married end up in divorce. So it's just a matter of how you're going to look at that. So, hey, I got a 34% chance to make this work. And I'm going to be more part of the 34%. Or are you just going to get on the bandwagon and say, hey, 64% end up in divorce anyway, so it's okay that we hit it that way. So I just think it's just a matter of preference of what you want to do.
Okay. So basically it's not really that it's better to do either one. It's just based on the individual and what's best for them, and really that they have to do soul searching and just really know in their mind what they want, not what other people have told them they should want, or such. Because I had this conversation. I was talking with someone today about the topic for tonight's show, and they're like, well, if you go to church, you need to be married. You shouldn't be. And I'm like,
what does church got to do with it?
No, that has nothing to do.
But I'm saying, so when it was
Yeah.
said, I was like, yeah. So I think sometimes people
for
get
me-
pushed to go into marriage because of things like that, statements like that, things that are said to them, you know, like especially single women from the older women in the church. Oh, girl, you need to be married. You shouldn't be just out there, you know. And people make decisions sometimes based on that wisdom from their elders, which, you know, I just personally, I feel like back in the day, a lot of the older women who make comments like that settled for a lot of things because the guy was the provider, so they dealt with Papa being a rolling stone and dropping seed everywhere, and they stayed and dealt with that because that's the way that they were told by their mothers and their mothers. And, you know, those are the same ones. Well, you know, it's better to marry than to burn. And I've heard that before, you know. But honestly, it's to know you and know what works better for you. Heal from whatever trauma in the past that you've been through before you even get to the point where you decide which one. And also that it's not stuck in stone. You know, if at some point you feel like, you know what, I just want to be single, and then, you know, but know that that's not the end game, that you can always, you know, maybe someone comes along and changes your mind from that, you know. So not that it's, you know, a hard, fast rule. I guess that's really what I'm trying to say with that. So that's my thoughts on it. Cousin, you look like you're perplexed. You got your brows kind of... I can't hear you. You must have muted.
Yeah, he did.
You still can't hear you. You have muted yourself? You don't have anything to say? Okay. So.
You know what?
No, but cousin, your mouth was moving and we weren't hearing you. So you had muted yourself. Did you have a final thought on it?
I just think because a lot of folks today, especially the millennium kids, you tell them about marriage and they look at you like you got 10 heads. And a lot of folks from our generation
our who?
that got married and got divorced.
Wait, our who?
People in our age bracket.
You mean your age bracket?
Excuse me. I see
We
difference,
all in the
Cousin
same
Howard.
age bracket. Huh?
I see difference. My niece, my son, they're going to their friends' weddings. My son just went to one last night. My niece has been to like 3 this year, and you know, and my nephew just got
rare.
engaged.
It's rare when you go to a millennium marriage.
Well, what
And
age group are you
I'm not
saying is
seeing- I'm seeing
millennium,
a
though,
lot of them,
Howard?
and I don't know if that's by, you know, proximity or what, but I'm seeing a lot of them in Texas.
Okay.
I
I
haven't
am.
been to Texas in over 30 years, so I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's, you know, territorial. I
Right.
can't speak for that.
But
around me,
your nephew
I'm
and
seeing the opposite.
your nephew and
nephew
your
just
niece,
got engaged.
they're like in their 30s or in their 20s.
They're in their 20s and 30s.
Okay. So
Yes.
is that the age group you're talking about, Howard, or you're talking about like a little bit younger, like early 20s?
No,
That's not
Oh, that's
millennials
the
then.
I know, but I just wanted to
Say
make
20
sure.
to 35.
Between 20,
Yeah.
you
You
said
know,
20
a lot
to
of it-
35?
Yeah.
Well, I think I mean, just you have cycles. Society as a whole goes in cycles. It's cyclical, and you'll see trends and what's fashionable, or or like with everything that we just went through, people are clinging to what they have, cleaving onto the people they care about and stuff. So you are seeing a lot more people saying, you know what, let's do this. Like, 'cause
Okay.
a lot of people woke up and was like, tomorrow ain't promised. Like, they lost people or they know people who lost people. Like, we've all been affected by it, and how it hits people is going to be different. But also, that's, if you look through history, like, there was that time where it was all about the family, like, where that was what was expected. You were to get married, have kids, and, buy a house. That was the expectation. And then it kind of went away from that to where, oh, there's freedom, and women fighting for equality, and somehow that meant that you couldn't have a happy marriage, or that was a perception anyway. And so the focus, or the prevalent focus in the media and everything, was more about women stepping up and being empowered, right? Why that meant they couldn't be in a stable marriage, I don't know, but that was a perception that was thrust forth, right? And so then you saw in the 80s, it came back around to the family, right? It came back around to with Cosby and all those like late 70s, 80s, the sitcoms, TV shows and stuff, media, everybody was pushing this family dynamic. 90s went back to the gangster, the players, the cool kids, the hip hop. Like, it was cool to dish your woman now. But it's cyclical, and you just find that at certain points it becomes cool or fashionable again to be married. And I think behind that, though, behind the scenes, you always have people who were brought up to value and understand marriage, relationships, or were brought up around that. Even if their parents might not have been divorced, they were brought up around healthy adult relationships, to where when they grew up, they did want something more stable, more concrete, more lasting, even if it wasn't a marriage. So I think what perception is based on the media and what we think is the prevalent theme of the time is always misconstrued when you compare it to what's actually going on in and around you. Like, if you look at what's actually happening, you're always going to find discrepancies and disparities, because the quote unquote societal norms never really never really encompass everybody. It's more just mainstream and what's cool at the time.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So, Cuz, did you want to finish your thought, or you're good?
I'm good.
Naomi? We finished? Okay. All right. Well,
Before we end this, though, I just want to know why nobody's talking about how fly Naomi is looking
with that hat, right? Oh, because Naomi just came in. She just came in the house from wherever she was. So,
y'all talking about me. I'm just saying, y'all talking about me. Naomi over here just giving us life like that. I'm like, wow, okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was like that over there. All right.
Well, I'm scared to take the hat off, because they told me if you take the hat off, it rearranges your hair. So I got in just enough time. So I said, this is how we.
All right.
This is how we are tonight.
Foxy Brown.
It looks good, though. It looks good in here.
Thank you.
I see you working. You coming from a party or something yourself?
No.
All right. Well,
You see how Naomi played that off?
What?
No.
Also, where you was coming from, Naomi, was none of our business. I missed that. It till Howard said it.
Don't ask me no more questions, left.
Oh, okay.
She gave me shut up, Mom. Like, all right. Shut the hell up, all right? Shut the hell up. Stop asking me questions, boy. Stop asking me questions.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I guess I'm the only one in the house. Always in the house, but it's all good. So now our letter that we want to address goes like this, and this letter is a mess. But okay, dear Lady P, I've been besties with this girl for 15 plus years. She has been married for 10 years. I've been sleeping with her husband behind her back for almost 9 years. We have a son and a daughter together. They are 7 and 3. Let me finish the letter. She knows nothing about this and thinks I got pregnant by one of my one-night stands. Her husband sees his kids regularly, pays child support, and pays my rent and utilities. She is my kids' godmother, and her kids come over to have play dates. Her husband got divorce papers. Can I finish the letter? Her husband got divorce papers and is waiting to file them. He wants to be with me and the kids. My question is, how should we tell her? Should I tell her because I knew her first, or should he because they are married, or should we all sit down and talk? Signed, Anonymous. It looks like you, cousin, have your thoughts that you'd like to share with us first on this letter.
Pardon me, y'all, but this is a listen,
though. Remember, we're PG before you start talking, so go ahead on.
Hold on. But this is a clear case of a real hope. This ain't your bestie. And as soon as old girl find out, you dead. Is she gonna either poison you or beat you to death or stab you or shoot you? Especially if you're all in California. There's a bunch of crazy people in LA. You cannot do that and got the audacity to say this is my bestie, and then you turn around, screwed her husband not once, not even twice, God knows how many times, made her the godparent to your 2 bastard kids for her husband. And you going to have the nerves to call to write us and ask us what to do? Man, get out of here with that. I ain't got nothing nice to say. Because that is BS. That is straight up BS. You know, you that's it. Let me stop. Because I swear I got nothing nice to say. Because she a hoe. We all know she a hoe. I don't give a crap. She a hoe. At the end of the day, she ain't nothing but a hoe. Okay. You don't sleep with your best friend. Her boyfriend is one thing.
No. There's a girl.
Hold on. Let me finish.
It's a handbook, and no, you don't do that.
You don't.
Ex-boyfriends are off limits.
If that was just her friend, boyfriend, and she stole a piece of the cookie, but they were married. This heifer knew they were married. There's no, well, maybe he's not married to her, maybe he's not with her. They were married. They still are married. They had a thing on Facebook the other day where the girl run to her side piece and say, I just finally kicked that fool to the curb. Now me and you. Dude is like, hell no. You cheat. You cheated on him. What's going to stop you from cheating on me? She can never find a man not in that same circle. She got to find another circle on a different planet to find a man of her own. And she going to always live in fear that somebody is screwing her man. The same way she did her so-called bestie. That is not right. I don't care how you look at that. Well, it's not right.
Some of the things that stood out to me too was that she said that the best friend's kids come over and have play dates. So if their father is there, do the other kids call him daddy as well? You understand? It's like so much mess here. And she talks about him paying child support and paying her rent and utilities
and she proud of that.
And the
That's
fact
a real
that he's waiting to file the divorce papers. Now, that's not necessarily a true statement about him even going forward and getting a divorce. Because if he's got the funds to deal with child support and her rent and utilities, that wife needs to take him to the cleaners, for this. And if she gets the right judge, because of how everything has gone down, he would do better to keep her. And maybe he's just telling her that he's got the divorce papers to kind of keep her from whatever, But I personally don't think that he will do that. She says he wants to be with me and the kids. Well, he's got kids with his wife as well. So he doesn't want to be with those kids. I mean, and to me, that whole last paragraph is stuff that he's been telling her. Not necessarily, that he has the divorce papers and he's waiting to file them because he wants to be with me and the kids. I don't know that that's the case. I think he's got his cake and he's eating it too. And when all the boo-boo hits the fan, it's going to be very ugly. Going to what she's asking us as far as the question, how should we tell her? She signed a contract. If it is that a conversation has to happen, she signed a contract with the husband when she married him legally. So regardless of the fact that she knew the girl longer than she's been married to him, if anyone needs to tell her if that's really the case and he's not just blowing smoke up her butt, then he should be the one to have a conversation with his wife. Now, whether he ends up alive at the end of the conversation is dependent on the personality of the wife. But this is just ugly in so many ways. Naomi, what are your thoughts on it?
When I read this, it's just like Cousin Howard said, it's just messy. It's very, very messy. Because you've been bestie for 15 years now. I don't know if your bestie knew. Evidently, she knew what kind of person you was because you got pregnant and you was able to tell her this was quote unquote one of my one night stands. Mm-hmm. Then she knows that you the kind of person that does this. So that was the first baby. When you got pregnant the second time, what did you say? Another one night stand? And do the two kids look? I mean, the whole thing. In terms of you and your friend, first of all, you gave the girl 1 year with a man, and then you honed on in. She was only married for 1 year, because y'all been together 9 years. They only been married 10. So after the first year, you went and you started having relations with them. And sorry, I've been looking at the impeachment, so I'm using those words. You've been having relations. You started having relations, but what is it that this is just, it's messy and it's nasty and it's hard to comment on for me because this is way out, it's way out of the dignity code, Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're going to mess around with the husband, you mess around with the husband. But you messed around, and not only did you have one kid, you had two kids. And not only did you have two kids, you put godparents in there. And you let the kids come and play. And I don't believe the father is there when you let the kids come and play. Her kids come over to have play dates with your child. So the married kids, come over to have play dates with the single. So they don't know, they don't know what's going on. And the dad wouldn't be over there then because, but the divorce paper, the husband has divorce paper and is waiting to file them. Waiting on what? Because you don't have to. You can go file those papers. Y'all have to have a conversation before you file. You can go file the papers and come back and have a conversation. Y'all can go together tomorrow and file the papers. So ask him about that and see what happens. But he wants to be with you and the kids this year. You know, because we all know that when things like that happen, it's a back and forth. It's a back and forth. So it's not like he's going to leave, come straight to you, and that's going to cut it. He's going to leave, he's going to come back to you, and he's going to be going back to her, and it's going to be some back and forth. And when you say, my question is, how should we tell her?
We don't. It's not your business to tell the wife anything.
I think you should tell your friend that you've been messing around with her man. That's one thing. You should tell, if that's your bestie, but I'm questioning that it's her bestie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I would say is that it's somebody she's been knowing for 15 years.
Gotcha.
So this whole thing is outside of my
frame of reference.
Yeah, I need to know a little bit more about the husband. This is outside. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jamie?
I know. Jamin said, "What's that gonna do?" But yeah, I need to know a little bit more about the husband, just in terms of the approach. But I just think you
violated on so many.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
think you should tell him that y'all can't be together no more, and let him go back and have his family and work it out and get his family together. So that's what Naomi thinks. That you need to cut this off with him and let him go do some mending.
Well, what about your kids now that are his kids? Just continue
that's her problem.
That's different. That's different. That don't mean they have to be together. I think cut it. Cut it off in terms of saying that you're gonna leave me. Yeah, you're gonna leave her and come to me. That kind of talk. I don't know if the husband really love you like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't. Because really. If you've been messing with him for 9 years and he realized that it was you and him, why did he stay married to her all this time? Why not, when you had the first kid, decide he want to be with you?
I think people have extramarital affairs for years. I think that happens. People have extramarital affairs for years. We know instances where people have two families. We know that exists.
True.
And so for me, my struggle is getting past the deceit of friendship. That's my thing, of getting past the deceit of friendship. You had a baby with my husband once, then you went and had a baby with my husband twice. Even if you went to your friend and say, "Look, I cannot help myself. I cannot control myself.
Because he's so sorry. And stuff.
I need some help to stop.
I'm sorry, that's a violation.
You hit it. You got to do something. You got, as a friend, to carry it on for 10 years, for 9 of the 10 years that I've been with my man.
Yeah.
You deserve to be shot. Jay?
J-Man.
Hey, I'm not going to be as sadistic as Cousin Howard. Since I've been on this show, when we get letters, there have been some ridiculous situations. Let's just be honest. There have been situations that made me scratch my head, that have made me go, "What the hell?" But all of those people were seeking genuine assistance with something.
Okay.
I think the reason, because when I read this, I had a real issue with it, and I was trying to figure out why. Because it's not like this is the first time we done heard about somebody cheating on somebody or somebody backstabbing a friend. Like, we know that.
Mm-hmm.
We know it happened. But I think it's disrespectful, honestly, to ask us our advice on this situation. Like, that's somebody to me who does not listen or understand what this show is about. Like, yeah, we joke, we have a good time. I am the first one to laugh and play around and make fun. But underneath all that, I believe, and I've always believed this, which is why I keep doing this show, that all of our hearts are in the place of wanting to genuinely help people, to wanting to genuinely impart whatever knowledge, wisdom, and experience we have that might help someone as they're questioning or not sure which way to go, or just maybe they're dealing with something they can't talk to anyone else about. This letter, this is not the show for you, sweetheart.
It's like Maury, if I'm saying it right.
Not even Maury can help her.
When I look at this, I look at intent and heart. Like, this is not a person who wants to get better. This is if I break it down, the evil nature of this person it's creepy. And it's Halloween, so that, maybe this is the day for this letter. But like, I just look at the insidiousness nature of the person who did this. This is someone who you knew for 5 years. I'm sure that she was dating her husband during that time. Now, you tell us y'all didn't sleep together till a year after.
Oh.
But who knows?
Okay.
Right? Why would I trust anything you tell me at this point?
Gotcha.
But let's say your letter is true. A year after, like Naomi said, you gave him a year. Ooh, thank you so much. Then you jumped on in, right? And for 9 years, and see, here's what you have to get: the calculated, just viciousness, the visceral evil that is just coming from this person. Not only have you been sleeping with her husband for almost a decade, right? You've had 2 kids with him. That's not even bad enough for you. You make her godmother of her stepchildren. Do you hear what that? Do you hear that? Like, you are godmother to your stepchildren that you have no idea about. Now, I look at the wife and the kids. Those are the 2 people who I'm pissed for. Because those kids did not ask to be born. They weren't asked to be thrown into this mess. But think about growing up, right? Because the truth is going to come. Truth is going to come to light. God's already said what's done in dark is going to come to light.
Right.
Think of in that situation, just the mind warp that would be. Like, your dad is your uncle, who you've been calling uncle all this time, and your godmom is your stepmom, because your mom's like, just think about, like, that could really, like, dude, how much of a piece of crap do you feel, looking at your godmom, who can't look at you because every time she does, you're a reminder of the sin that her husband committed against you.
Being unfaithful.
Like, you have destroyed at least, like, how many kids do the wife and the husband have?
Right.
They didn't say.
But it's more than one because she said kids. So at least 2, right?
Destroyed 4 or 5 lives here, right? The wife and whatever kids cumulative they have.
Right.
You've completely destroyed and altered with no conscience. You have no conscience about what you've done because you're not saying, I feel so bad. You're saying, how do we get her out the way?
Right.
I'm laughing because I'm pissed. Because it's she a hoe.
But it's more than that, because it's like there's evil, right? There's bad people. We know that. But then there's evil. There's calculated, precise evil. This wasn't some kind of, it happened type thing. This was precise. Can you imagine? He's paying her rent, utilities, child support, all that. Where does the wife think this money is?
Right.
Like,
True.
Like, just think about how much those items are. Like, just for you yourself, when you're paying your own rent, utilities, and everything. Like, forget child support and all that, right? Child support is a court-mandated thing. How does he have a court order against it? And do you know if you're married, that is tied to your spouse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When she applies for credit, they factor that in.
And I think when she's saying child support, she's saying he gives her money for the kids, not necessarily that it's court mandated, just based on.
Possible. That could be possible.
Yeah.
And I will secede that point. But where does she think? Where does the wife think this money is?
Unless the husband is some kind of millionaire.
He ain't like chunking down $100 a month, like here you go, buy yourself something nice.
Right, because rent and utilities, and if she's got two kids, so it's three of them. Where she's staying, it can't be nowhere that's $500 a month. That's not heard of. So yeah.
And think about this letter though. She ain't staying in no studio apartment.
Right.
No. And she is bragging to all her people, yeah, my man paid for everything. I ain't got to worry about. Like, this is just like, man, the fact that people like this exist, this is the type of mindset that really warps me. Like, I look at these people the same way I look at cops who shoot unarmed black kids just because. I'm just like, what in your, like, my mind does not understand logically how you do something like this to another individual. With no conscience, with no remorse, and justify it. Not only to us, but to yourself. Like, I don't understand. And then call yourself a child of God. Like, I can imagine her in church every Sunday morning. Talking about God is good.
Those are the kind of people you want the good Lord to just...
Yes, he is good. He made sure that I got a roof over my head and food and all this stuff. And yeah, this coming from this dude, this your friend's husband. So yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say I cannot. I just cannot. It's not. I can't. I can't give advice on this one. I just cannot.
What advice? There's no advice to give. This isn't. You don't need help.
I can't be of help to her. I can't answer her questions. Yeah.
She needs help. Let's be honest about that. She needs help, but she don't need advice. Like,
she don't need help from us.
No, this is not the right place for you. What I will pray for you. Honestly, I will. Like, that is done. I'm definitely praying for the situation. But wow, like, what did she think of us to send us this letter? Like, I honestly am like, who did she think we are? Like, yeah, we joke, we have fun. When have we ever given you the impression that we would condone or be cool with anything that you told us in this letter? Like, who do you, like honestly, I am offended.
You sound like you're insulted, Jamie.
I am honestly offended. Y'all know I have a good time. Y'all know I like to have a good time. You know. But, come on. Like, this is what they think of us? Like, no. Really? Like, this is hurtful, man. Honestly, like, to think this is what our forum is for. Like, you missed me with this one.
Okay.
I agree. I second that. Miss me with this one.
Okay. Well, she wants to know how this person should be told. So I don't think she's asking us, or she cares what our thoughts are on what she's done, because she seems to be okay herself and what she's done. And now she's coming to ask us, how to tell what has been done. And I feel like...
I still say I have no answer. Just like I have no answer to tell Satan how to pick his victims. I have no answer. I have no answer for this. I respectfully bow out of this one.
Okay. Well, my thought on it, letter writer, is that both of you have a relationship with this bestie. Both of you have done something that's going to hurt her a lot. And both of you need to tell her what you've done. And I can't even say that when you tell her it's that you're going to be asking her for forgiveness, because basically in your mind you're telling her because he's divorcing her so that you guys can be together. So you're not even telling her, like, we're sorry that this happened, we're sorry that we did this to you, or anything like that. So all I can say is be prepared for the consequences. Yes, we have free will. Yes, we're able to make decisions. But with those decisions come consequences. And be prepared for the consequence. He needs to tell her, because he committed to being married to her, and for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. And, he did not stand up to his vows. You, as a quasi-friend, need to be straight with her and accept whatever consequence. I mean, it's an ugly situation for her, for all the kids, her kids and your kids. And growing up is bad. But you both have a responsibility to address her and be truthful and honest about what you did. So if that's what you're asking, that's what I'm saying. Not condoning anything that was done, but now in dealing with the consequences of the decisions that you both made. That's what I would say on that. So, cousin, did you have any further thoughts?
No, because I was always raised, if I ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, it's a sad situation, and the thing is, when adults make decisions and children are brought into those decisions, it's all well and fine when they're kids. I knew someone who was a side chick. I don't think she knew the main chick. Side chick she probably still is a side chick. But now the two kids that she had with the dude are 18 and 17 girls. And in my mind, I always was like, how can you talk to your girls and tell them, about certain things not to do? Because they'd be like, well, look what you did. You understand what I'm saying? Because as the kids get older, and they have a conscience, how do you say, well, do as I say, not as I do, because of these decisions that you made? Because I believe she didn't find out about the other whole family that the dude had till she had the second one, which is now 17, but she's still dealing with the dude, and she know about the lady. I believe he has two kids that are about the ages of her kids that are boys with this lady, with the main lady, right? So, yeah, you don't think about this, and as your children get older, they're looking at you like, Ma, you the jump off, you the side chick, and then you trying to tell me not to be one? How can you tell me that? Look at you. You understand what I'm saying? It's, people just need to think beyond themselves, and unfortunately they don't. But all I can say as far as that is every decision has consequences. And when you make that decision, whatever it is, you need to be prepared to deal with those, whether it's now or whether it's 10, 15 years down the line or longer, So on that note, since this is all like depressing, let me share some other news coming off the letter. Starting next week, Cousin Howard is going to be back with the Caribbean Vibes show. So we're super excited for that. I'm sure all his fans, because Cousin Howard has fans, are excited to have him come back. He will be back from 5 to 7 on Sundays with the Caribbean Vibe. So we're super excited for that. We hope you guys will check him out. And I'm going to call it a night. So, guys, I thank you so much for being on the panel. Yes, this was a difficult letter, but I thank you for participating on the panel. And hopefully we won't get any more like this, because I think Jamie and done told off anybody who thought they was going to send some crazy letter in the future. So I think they're gonna think twice before they come with that foolishness again.
I'm gonna tell you what, I think anyone, I mean, if you listen to the show, you know us. You know we have a good time, we laugh, joke. You know, Cousin Howard is an absolute fool. He is. And he is Jamien's hero. Did you notice Jamien's hair look like Cousin Howard? He did that because that's his hero. Right. But Naomi keeps us all straight in the check, and she our ground. She's our mama baby. But anyone who knows us know that all of us, Cousin Howard, me, you, Lady P, Naomi, we all have a heart to help people. That's always our goal. Yeah. You know. So, you know, if you have it, I don't care how strange or crazy your situation is. If you genuinely have something that you need help with, send it to us. If it's crazy, let us laugh with you. We will, trust me. But don't send us this foolishness. This is foolishness. Do not treat us with any less respect than you would treat anyone in your family or someone you care about. Yeah. Like we are genuinely here to laugh, give you a reason to smile, and to help you. Don't disrespect us like this. You know,
I totally agree. And we truly believe in the power of strong relationships. So, yeah.
That's true. I mean, because with me, I don't appreciate this type of letter, because if you know, it's just, to me, it's not right. I may be a lot of things, but I will never ever condone something like this, and I ain't got nothing nice to say if you all decide to ignore what Jamie just said and still send us a letter like this again.
Well, it won't be chosen. So if it happens and you send it and you notice that we've never done it, it's not chosen. I mean, so we hope you hear what we're saying, but if you still decide to go forward, then I'll have to make that call, and we won't discuss your letter on air. So we just ask you to heed what we're saying, please, and you know, we can go forward from there.
All right.
So, all right. So with all that said, great last day of the month. We will see you guys in November. So you guys have a great rest of the evening, weekend. You know, it's just about done. And we will meet up next month. All right. Take care, everyone. All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I was on live when you just walked behind me. I just ended the live stream. Wait. Thank you. Wait. So, guys, that has been an episode of the New Relationship Show. We hope you got something from it. We thank you for being here with us, and we will be back next week. So thanks again, and we will see you then. All right?
96.2, the Smooth Road. Grown Folks Radio with Lady P.